Hey guys, welcome. This is JK Financial Foundations. I'm Lonnie Cronoli. Great to have you guys here. Do you have questions about money, credit, and more? This is the channel for you. Hit subscribe and check out the video. Hey guys, welcome. So we are getting into our two-part series about emergency funds. This is week one, short-term emergency fund. The following one is a long-term emergency fund. And just trying to reach out to everybody, no matter where you're at on this road or what that looks like. So, like I said, we're talking about the short-term emergency fund this week, talking about what it is, how to get it started, and why start one. An short-term emergency fund is to save $1,000 for an emergency if something comes up, something that is going to set you back and create some kind of catastrophic problem with your finances or with you being able to work. That's what an emergency fund is. So to really get into more of why to get it started, let's look at the numbers, guys. Rewind back to 2016, 39% of Americans had no savings at all, and 57% of Americans had less than $1,000. That's a tough pill to swallow. And did we learn from that, guys? Did we get better? Did we say, man, there was a lot of emergencies, we should save some money to take care of this, so that we don't have these problems? No, guys, we didn't learn from it. Those numbers just got worse as time has gone on. So what does that look like now? 69% of Americans have less than $1,000 saved for an emergency or in their savings at all. And only 40% of Americans could handle an emergency of $400. Guys, 40% of Americans couldn't handle an emergency more than $400. That's it. $400 will catastrophically set these people into problems. So what does that look like even more? I'm throwing percentages. Let me throw you this last number to help put this in retrospect. Guys, only 4 out of 10 people could handle a $1,000 emergency if something came up. That's what that looks like. 4 out of 10 Americans could handle a $1,000 emergency. This is ugly, guys. That's not even including my friends all around the world that are elsewhere. So those numbers just look worse and worse, I'm sure, as we look everywhere else. But that's why I do these videos, to help you guys. I want you guys to be part of the good numbers. I want you to be part of the 4 that have the emergency fund of $1,000 if something comes up. I don't want you to be part of the bad numbers. You can do it, friends. You can do this. So now that you know what an emergency fund is, see it on the screen. You know why to get an emergency fund started, because you need something if something happens. You need a fund, cash, or an account to go to if something catastrophically happens, to take care of that emergency of $1,000. So what does the emergencies look like? That's the next thing that you're going to ask me. What does an emergency look like? Well, this is where we got to separate the wants from the needs, guys. Hey Lonnie, the new Jordans came out. I want to get those. Those are dope. Got to get them. Man, that's not an emergency. Hey Lonnie, the new Apple Watch came out. I want to go get that. Not an emergency, guys. Hey Lonnie, the PlayStation 5 came out. I want to go get that. That's not an emergency, guys. Hey Lonnie, I'm having a real bad caffeine headache. I really need a coffee. I'd take care of it. It's an emergency. No, it's not. These are not emergencies. These are the want emergencies that you have. This, if you watched my budgeting video, I talked about wants versus needs and saving some pocket money and handling those kinds of things. Having money for coffee, having money, it may take a little bit longer depending what your pocket money looks like. Saving up for those Jordans, saving up for that PlayStation, saving up for the Apple Watch, saving up for XYZ, whatever that is for you. So the real emergencies, what do those look like? Hey, I'm driving to work, my muffler falls off, and I take my car to the shop. Well, they say it's going to be $600. We can do it, have it ready tomorrow, so I can be to work tomorrow with no problem. But when I pull out my wallet and I look, I think, I don't have $600. Well, guys, what do you do then? Do you charge it and put yourself further in debt? Do you create more problems for yourself? Do you even have a credit card at that point to take care of it? Or is it maxed out? Or do you not have one at all? So what's the next step? I gotta go talk to family, friends, whatever else to try and get this money gathered. You know, one person may not be able to give you the $600. You may get 40 from this one, 50 from this one, 100 here, 20 there. And it's going to take some days to get that total that you need. Meanwhile, you're also looking where you can make some money of trying to donate blood and trying to sell plasma or whatever that looks like that you're trying to do to make that money, doing odd jobs or doing different things, those side hustles to take care of that stuff. Guys, you don't have the time. Meanwhile, you're missing work because you can't get to work. And you're having problems trying to handle your everyday life. Where if you have your emergency fund, all right, $600, I will have it here tomorrow. I'll pay you when I get there and I'll pick up the car. Or, hey, I can, can you take the payment over the phone? Whatever that looks like. You have your car taken care of real quick if you have the money available. But the next thing is, guys, you now have a $400 emergency fund. So you want to make sure that you're putting money back in there to build that back up to the $1,000. Because the next time when your furnace breaks and you need to pay your deductible of $500 or $1,000 for your homeowners, or your warranty on your home, or whatever that looks like, you have that $1,000 available. That's a real emergency. Or if you're in one of the hotter places where it's hot as crap out and your AC breaks. Been there, that's happened to us. And the homeowner's insurance or the warranty company is going to take care of it. You want to have that money to take care of it. It wasn't my house, we were renting the house, but it was, I know what that looked like. We got to see it firsthand. We were sweating it out. It's not fun. You don't want to have to try and handle getting that money from people and trying to get it one way or another. That's what the emergencies look like, guys. I can't stress it enough. Real emergencies. So, how to get one started, guys? There's a few different plans. There's the Dave Ramsey plan of cash envelope systems. There's a few ways of going at this. There's a cash system, and then there's a bank account system. So, talking about the cash system, there's the Dave Ramsey way, the envelope system, where however you want to make that happen. You can have $1,000 saved up in this envelope where you're putting money every check and just putting it in there, and it's readily in a drawer or whatever for when your emergencies come up. Or if you need something more structured, you're doing an envelope for every single bill, every single thing that your money is being spent on. From rent, electric, car payment, car insurance, gas, pocket money, eating out, whatever that looks like. You're handling all that in this envelope system. Some people don't like any of this. Some people want to handle the cash system. This is obviously for people that need something more structured and people that can't handle the self-discipline of having it in their account, guys. But having it in the account, you want to make sure that you're pulling that money out. You have nothing automatically being taken out if you're handling cash-only systems. Otherwise, you may have something that goes negative and creates a problem. So that's the one advice that I want to give you. I've seen where that's happened, and you want to make sure that that's not happening. So what's another way of handling? That's two ways of handling the cash envelope system. One more way of handling a cash system. Whether you take a shoebox, a jar, I'm going to say a jar for the process of moving forward, but every time you taking and going out and spending the money, paying your bills, paying whatever, taking care of gas, and you get fives and ones back, you put those in your jar. And as you're putting those fives and ones every week, every 2 weeks, whatever that looks like, it's going to add up and you're going to get your $1,000. So you can take a look here in the next week or two. I'm going to have hopefully a system for the envelope system on my Etsy shop, and also for this jar or shoebox system of the fives and ones. Take a look, but you definitely need to save the $1,000. What does that look like? Whether you're saving it quick or it's going to take you a year, it doesn't matter, guys. You just need to save it. If you need a plan, I have in my Etsy shop a plan of 3 different things to handle that. You can look at the one sheet where it's for bi-weekly, where you're getting paid every 2 weeks, and I have 2 sheets for getting paid every week. There's 3 different plans for the price of one. Check it out. You can see it here, see what that looks like, and definitely check it out in the Etsy shop, link below. But what's the other way of handling this if I'm more structured and I'm more self-disciplined and I can handle this and I don't like handling cash? Well, you can have where you have it in an account and have a savings account where it's just your money is automatically taken out and put in there every time you get paid. You can set that up through a bank, or just set up a different account altogether, guys. But set something up. Get started today, guys. Get started with some way of saving the $1,000. No matter where you're at in this journey, get started or keep going. If you haven't got started, start today. And if you've started, great job, guys. And if you have some other system that I haven't mentioned, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to know for the people out there if there's some other system that other people have. I'm open to other things. I don't have all the knowledge. You know, I'm not going to be that guy to tell you that I know everything, but I'm just sharing what I do know to help you guys. So check out the next video, part 2 on this series, and here's a positive quote for the video, guys. Hit the like button and definitely check it out, guys. Remember, start somewhere, save it, and get started today.